Collective, welcome to Supernova Moon Tarot. My name is Starsha. This is your What You Need to Know Right Now reading. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to be in your energy. Cross-watchers, you know you always welcomed. Returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. And subscribers, do not forget to hit that bell. Collective, for your What You Need to Know Right Now reading, I'll be using the MIXXX Tarot. We'll also tap into the Healing with the Angels Oracle for your spirit advice. Collective, let's go ahead and dive into your What You Need to Know Right Now reading. I believe, collective, you are already aware that there is someone stealing your work, stealing your image, mimicking your products, recreating your products, and selling it as if it's theirs and they're profiting from you. You already know this. If you have a channel, for example, this person might be scrolling down your content, taking notes on your content, probably going back a little bit, so that they're not so obvious, right? And I feel that for even some of them, they've gotten as bold as soon as you post something, as soon as you say something, they go right around and they post the same thing. They speak about the same topics, and they're literally like writing down a script or taking notes from you, and they're regurgitating and they're getting praise from it. They're getting praise from their community. And I feel that this is why they're in this mental prison in this Eight of Swords energy. And there's an energy of shame. There's an energy of guilt, because when you do things like that, you are operating in this devil energy. So, it's coming to me. It's clicking that, yes, this is someone who does the same thing that you do. This is someone who is in your industry, and they are feeling guilt and shame for their behavior here. All right. And I feel that, collective, they are a little hesitant to come to you and apologize for what they've done because they feel that you will not forgive them. Perhaps you've disconnected from them. Perhaps you've blocked them. Perhaps you're no longer friendly with them. You don't engage with them anymore. You've pulled your energy back completely, and they intuitively know why, and you intuitively know why, without any words being said, without any words being exchanged here. Instead of taking the opportunity to learn with you and grow with you, they place themselves as an enemy. They place themselves as a competitor, and they've been evil eyeing you for being great. They've been evil eyeing you when perhaps you all were friends. Perhaps you gave to them, perhaps you were there for them when they needed you. Okay. And whatever it is that you produce, whatever type of work that you do, not only do you help the community, but you help them, and the guilt is now eating them alive. It is. What's the root of this energy? What is the root of this energy? Because I feel that this person has gained traction here. Perhaps they've gained followers. All right. Perhaps they're being paid for the work that they do. But the work that they do is coming from you. And what's interesting is that some of you might not even be on a big platform like they are, or some of you may not hold a high position that they hold in this corporate operation or this industry here. And shame on them for going to a smaller channel or going to someone who is not necessarily in the position that they're in and stealing, right? And stealing. I feel that some of your ancestors, your spirit guides, are haunting this person, right? But if they're intuitive and if they're spiritual, their own spirit guides, the own divine being within them has also, invoked this energy of shame because they know better. All right. They know better. All right. So what's the root of this energy here? We have the Five of Wands reversed, conflict and chaos. We have the Tower, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Major arcana here. So I feel that whatever it is that they're trying to build is in the process of falling. But I also feel that this person is being haunted by what they've done here with this Wheel of Fortune energy and this Tower energy. It is literally eating them alive. And so at some point in time, I feel that this person may have rallied others to come against you. But I feel that the same people that they rallied to come against you, the same people that they mocked you with, the same people that they talk trash about you with, is also seeing that, hey, maybe you're not so trustworthy here. Maybe it's not you who is the ultimate seer here. Maybe it's not you who is the expert, but it's the collective that's the expert, because we're now starting to see that some of the work that you're producing is very similar to the collective's work. We're now starting to see that this facade or this mask that you're wearing is slipping off here. So the same people that they went together and ganged up together against you is now turning on them, because those people are now seeing the situation for what it is. You are the true divine source. You are the true messenger. You are the true healer. And this person was a liar. This person was a fraud. This person was a bully to you, and they were a thief. And now they are being exposed for the false priest energy, or this false prophet energy. And there's so much guilt and there's so much shame, because again, I feel that you reached out to this person and you tried to help them. You tried to nurture them. You tried to encourage them, support them, but you completely pulled your energy back because you saw them for who they were, and they were caught red-handed. And now they're in this energy of guilt. All right. Let's take a look in the recent past and see exactly what happened. I feel like I just laid it out on the table as to what happened here. What happened in the recent past? What happened in the recent past here in this situation? We have the Lovers reversed again, a broken contract here, a broken friendship here, a broken trust here. We have the 8 of Staffs reversed. As soon as this person betrayed you, they betrayed themselves. Whatever they were working on, okay, the progress that they were making prior to betraying you, the progress that they were making even before meeting you, they were seeing traction. They were seeing results. But when they betrayed you, one, when they tried to humiliate you, two, and when they started stealing from you, everything stopped. I even feel that this person went as far as doing some sort of spell work towards you, evil-eyeing you, cursing your work, hoping for the worst for you. And so there's karmic consequences for that type of behavior here. Let's take a look at the energy crossing this reading. What's the energy that's crowning this reading, Spirit? What's the energy that's crowning this reading? 8 of Coins, 8 of Cups reversed, King of Cups. This person wants to show you love. This person wants to give you your flowers. They want to reconnect with you, okay? They want to come back. They want to rekindle this thing. They want to build your trust. But I feel ultimately that you were sent in this person's life as a valuable lesson, because I feel that, you know, even though my collective, I feel that you all are working on yourselves, you know, as you step into this leadership role, as you continue to grow, as you continue to advance and do that inner work, it becomes easier for you to forgive, because forgiveness is not necessarily for others. It's for yourself. It's an opportunity to release that resentment and not be that vessel of anger, because it ends up eating you from the inside out. Now this person wants to come back around and they want to mend things with you. But I feel that although you've perhaps forgiven this person, you don't forget. And sometimes you come into people's lives because you were led to their lives by spirit, and you were brought there to teach them a lesson, not to make them necessarily feel bad or shame or go into depression, but to show them the way. Wow, I'm hearing I am that I am. And kudos to you, because spirit has worked with you. And I feel in some sort of way you guys can resonate with being in that energy. Perhaps being not necessarily saying that y'all used to be jealous or nothing like that. Jealous is it's a normal, you know, it's an emotion that's quite common, you know, but you grow from that. You know, you look at the man in the mirror instead of pointing fingers and trying to put others down. So I feel like you all have evolved from being around those types of people, have evolved from being that type of person yourself. And so with that being said, my point is that you might not necessarily want to go back, right? I feel that the work that you were required to do when dealing with this person has already been done, but there's no hard feelings, right? There's no hard feelings. I wish the best for you, but I don't know necessarily if we're on the same frequency, on the same vibration. The divine is calling me higher, right? The divine is calling me higher. You can follow me, but you need to make sure that you are authentic in your walk, you are authentic in your talk, and that you're not stealing here, okay? Because there are karmic consequences for that. And I feel ultimately, collective, you all are walking karma, all right? You all are walking karma. How do you see yourself when it comes to this person? How do you feel about this particular person? All right. So we could be dealing with content creators here. We can be dealing with different tarot readers here. We can be dealing with people in corporate that hold different positions who, you know, are really good at what they do. All right. And you have a really great impact on the community, no matter what it is that you do or what type of content you create here. So how do you see yourself when it comes to this person? How do you see yourself? All right, we have the Chariot. And the Chariot came out sideways. And also in this particular deck, the Chariot, the gentleman in the Chariot is actually still looking back. So I feel like you guys might watch over this person, right? You might check in with this person just to see if they're improving here, just to see if they're no longer copying your work, right? But I don't see you going back with this Four of Staffs reverse here. I feel like the work that you needed to do in this particular situation has been done, and there's no need to return. All right, there's no need to return. How does this person view you? This person is most definitely watching you from afar. And I feel like they're going through some healing process. This situation is going to allow them to heal if they choose to, because this Five of Swords is coming out in reverse, right? It's like they want to compensate you for, the things that they've stolen, some of the things that they said. It's haunting them because as you continue to produce, as they watch you, they see the light within you. They see the gift in you. They see the God frequency. It oozes out of you by the way that you look, the way that you talk, how profound your words are, how powerful you are, how you're continuing to grow, and how you've not only changed other people's lives, but again, you are changing their lives with the words that you speak. You are guiding them. You're giving them direction and instruction on how to move forward and be successful in their life the right way. But ultimately, what I am seeing here, collective, is that this person still has growing to do. This person, unfortunately, is still watching you from afar, and they're still, although they know they're wrong, although they know they're guilty, the monkey is still on their back, right? The devil is still on their shoulder, and they're still listening, right? They're still in this same dark space, if you will, right? They obsess over your love life. As I mentioned before earlier in the reading, they do divination on you. They read your tarot cards here. And they see that you have love. They see that you have love from people in your community. They see that you have romantic love coming in. They see that you are being blessed abundantly here. And so I feel that this person yet and still wants to, in some sort of way, compete with you, catch up to where you are, become you, surpass you. It's like they want to prove to you or prove to themselves that they're better than you. And I don't understand for the life of me why this person is choosing you as a target, but I do understand, because when you know yourself, when you know how powerful you are, and then when you learn from the past cycles here, this is not the first time that you're dealing with this. You've dealt with this with people in your family. You've dealt with this in different friendships. You've dealt with this in different careers here. There's always someone who is insecure, who targets you because you're great, who targets you because they're good, and they place themselves in competition when the only person that they need to compete with is who they were yesterday, who they were a minute ago. Okay. And so this person, again, they're going to move forward. They're going to still be moving forward in secrecy here, right? They're going to still be mocking you, okay? Copying your work here, because I feel that they feel trapped. I also feel that the karmic consequence for taking your work, stealing from you, betraying you, rallying up against you has diminished some of their spiritual gifts, has incapacitated them in regards to their ability to tap in, right? So some of them, okay, especially if they continue this behavior, they're going to lose their spiritual psychic gifts here. All right. Whatever gifts that the divine has blessed them with, they will lose them and you will inherit them. So as they continue to steal from you, they are only stealing from themselves. This person is losing sleep. They're in some sort of mental prison, experiencing some sort of mental issues here. They could be dealing with bipolar. They could be schizophrenic. They could be dealing with all of these undiagnosed behaviors and emotions, and it's not looking good for them. Right. And so I don't know why they feel that if they beat you, that things are going to get better for them. If they beat you, they'll find happiness. You should be the least of their concerns. Right? They need to focus on their mental stability. They need to focus on their financial stability. For some of them, they need to focus on their children and heal themselves from all of the trauma that they've experienced, because we have this death card in reverse. They're not transforming. They're not changing. They're not doing the inner work. Yet they cry, they plead, or they confess that they're in this healing energy and that they're progressing and that their blessings are coming in. And I also feel that they're preaching this to their collective. They're preaching this to their community. They're putting on like everything is all good here when it's so far from the truth. It's so far from the truth. And me as a messenger here, as a spirit guide, whatever you want to label me in this earthly world, whatever I consider myself, okay? Me personally, I feel that this person has so much inner work to do. Right? I feel like this person has so much inner work to do, and there's no way that they can fill the cups of their collective when their cup is completely empty. And for me, I've had to do some really hard work here. I've had to face some hard truths. And I know that my collective, you guys can resonate with this. But this person is having sleepless nights. They're not sleeping well here. They have a lot of pent up resentment, pent up anger. And for some of them, they're taking it out on you. For some of them, they feel like you are doing divination. They feel like you are doing work against them, but it's all in their head. It's all an illusion. The only thing that you did was separate yourself from them because you were divinely guided to do so. And I feel that this person is not taking accountability for their position, and they're blaming you for the bad karma that they've experienced. Meanwhile, they're liars, they're thieves, okay? They're inauthentic and they're misleading people, all for their gain. Okay, whether it is financial gain, right? Whether it is for fame, notoriety, and things. It's like, what are you doing this for? Okay, I feel that collective, you do it from the kindness of your heart. You do it because you've been spiritually led to do what you do. And yes, you expect to be compensated as well, but you better believe that my collective is going to get it from the ground up, and they don't have to copy or lie or cheat their way for their blessings here. Because first of all, our ancestors don't put up with that crap. Our ancestors will kick our asses too if we continue to be in that energy. And hey, I can attest to that. I can attest to that. So while this person is pointing at everyone else, right? While this person is blaming everyone else for the circumstance that they're in, they're missing the mark. They're missing the target, and they're stealing from themselves. They are blocking their blessings here. And so ultimately, collective, the message for you is not to be the vessel of anger, to understand where this person is. And what's interesting is, the video cut off and I came back in or whatever. Your outcome card is forgiveness. We've talked about forgiveness so much. And I feel like collective, you've gone through so many different betrayals and friendships, family relationships, at the job. And all you were sent in to do was be a helping hand, was to be a light in a dark space. And I feel that the divine has placed you in so many dark spaces with so many dark people, because you yourself have gone through the same thing, right? But you chose to climb out of that dark pit, right? Instead of wallowing in misery and blaming everyone else, even though you have been a victim, even though you have been stolen from, and even though you have been kicked when you're down and betrayed and belittled and embarrassed and humiliated. And some of you have had nothing. But here you are today, still standing strong, still standing in your integrity. And God is using you, your voice, your story to continue to help these people. And I feel that collective, ultimately, your job is to forgive and to move forward and continue doing the work that you're doing. And we're not perfect. I am not perfect. This is not a I am perfect, you are not, blah, blah, blah. None of that. But this is just an indication and a highlight of your greatness here. And to understand, with greatness is going to come these types of situations here where people want to walk in your shoes. But baby, to walk in these shoes, you've got to go through the obstacle course in life that the divine has put me through. There's no way you're going to get from point A to point T, Q, X, Y, Z, or whatever without doing the work. You can't skip steps, right? And so they're trying to skip steps by stealing from you, trying to imitate you, but they're only putting themselves further back from their goals here. All right. So I'm going to leave that there. And so for your spirit messages, guys, we have forgiveness for you. I'm going to read that. I've read it so many times, but I'm being called to do it again. So let's take a look at forgiveness. Let go of anger and resentment and feel yourself healed. You do not need to forgive the action, just the person, so that you can be at peace. By drawing this card, your angels guide you to release anger and irritation. They realize that you may be perfectly justified in feeling angry, yet they ask you to look at the high price you pay for being the vessel of anger. Forgiveness does not mean what you did is okay to me. It simply means that I'm no longer willing to carry around pain in response to your actions. When we hold unforgiveness in our heart, we only punish ourselves. After all, your angels will help you release unforgiveness if you will just ask for their assistance. Listen, you could practice forgiveness, but you got some ancestors that are not about that ish, and they ready to whoop some ass. So this is a warning. This is confirmation. They better be careful stealing work from you. Because the consequences, the spiritual consequences are not nice, because to be the person that you are, to walk in your shoes, to stand up every day, do what you do and be who you are, it took a lot. It took a lot of sacrifice here. Blood, sweat, tears. All right. And you just cannot kick you off your pedestal and someone just walk in who hasn't done the work that you've done. So kudos to you, collective. Kudos to you. All right. Thank you for letting me walk beside you. Right. We're all in this together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, be sweet. Thanks for watching and donating to the channel. Love, Starsha.